What's up? So, I'm gonna be going ahead and play this new deck that I'm trying out. We'll probably play a couple of best of one games and see how it does. Been playing around with it a little bit more off cam and whatnot, and thinking of other ideas of what I can add in and stuff. So, made just two minor changes here after doing the deck profile. Um, in terms of the um, land base, I added in Hall of the Storm Giants. So this is kind of be our secondary win con in some sense. So if we are not able to get any of our creatures to stick on here, we can use Hall to kind of finish off our opponent. And most of the time, they should be pretty low if they're not blocking our big creatures here. So yeah, we'll be trying that out. I'm also gonna be trying out Coma. So what I've noticed in addition to playing this deck some more is that we're still really weak to board wipes. There's quite a few in control. Obviously, they're gonna be playing board wipes, and we have a very hard time um, keeping some of this stuff to stick. So I'm gonna play in Coma. Coma has pseudo indestructible. So if they and it's also a value engine. So every turn we get a 3/3 serpent, which will apply pressure, and um, we can sacrifice the serpents to make him indestructible, or kind of be sort of a negation of like abilities on the board. So yeah, I'm gonna try out Coma. Obviously, in this deck, there's no way to cast Coma. We're not running any sort of green source, so our only way to get him out is to reanimate him. Two other cards I thought about adding in would probably be uh is it Ugamog, if I can spell that correctly? Ugamog, where are you? Maybe I didn't spell it correctly. Uh, I forget what his full name is. Man, Ugamog? How do you spell Ugamog? Uga. Oh, I'm failing miserably at spelling his name. I'm a terrible speller. And I think he should be. Oh, there you go. Ulamog. I don't know why I kept typing Uga when it's Ula. Anyways, Ulamog might be another card we try out because he has built-in indestruction or indestructible. What's nice about him is he also can clock our opponent. There's two things he can do: either deck him out by attacking, and he's hard to remove, and um, if we somehow magically get to 10 mana, we can also cast him and get his casting trigger, which is still pretty good. So that's another card I thought about adding in or trying out. And I think there's obviously I think I spoke about Warren Klex being a pretty good um, creature too. Let me just narrow this down here, and let me up this out. So Warren Klex might be another good card to cast. So for 8 mana, you can basically stifle your opponent, or force him to basically play every other turn. So that might be something we look into. He's kind of weak in terms of um, his other abilities, though. Or not his ability, in terms of his stats and for his mana cost, obviously. But we're not casting. We're trying to um, aim for cheaper than 8 mana here. So Warren Klex is another card I thought about adding in or trying out. Um, I think another one. I was about Sokoma actually, so Sokama. But then it's cool that he untaps all of our lands, but we don't really do anything with our mana anyways. So I'm not too sure how good it would be. I mean, he's a 9/9. If anything, we pay 3 to heal 3 life, I guess. I wish he had black or white in his or black or blue abilities. That would have been pretty good. Tiamat I also thought about, but obviously we're not really playing any dragons, so it's not gonna really do anything for us here. Well, I didn't really think about it, but it's a cool card. I mean, it costs a bunch of mana and does things. You got Meteor Golem. I've seen some people play Platinum Angel. I don't really feel like Platinum Angel is that great, and I'd rather play a card that wins me the game rather than a card that prevents me from losing, I guess, or from my opponent from winning. It just doesn't seem incredibly impactful. So I'm not gonna be playing Platinum Angel there. I thought about this one right here actually. Lorehold has a pretty interesting ability. If we attack with him, we can cast a um, instant or sorcery. Unfortunately, none of our instant sorceries are that great to cast, other than the Rites and the Archmage's Charm. So I don't know how much value you would get out of him if we do play him and get him to attack. And he's a 5/5 body. He's not bad. 5/5 with flying, with haste, so he can apply some pressure almost immediately. But I don't think he's worth reanimating per se. What else here? Galta's that's so-so, 12/12. I mean, at that point, we should be playing Impervious Great Worm if we're gonna do that. But, obviously the Worm doesn't have Trample, so unfortunately, a little bit worse than Galta there. But it does have Indestructible, so that's a little bit better than Galta. Um, there was maybe, I think I mentioned Drakusaf. Demons aren't that great in our deck here. Like, Razaketh is a great card. Unfortunately, we don't have much to sacrifice, and we're not really needing to tutor anything. So I don't think his ability's that great. Broker of Blood is cool. We can draw a lot of cards, but again, we aren't gonna be really casting stuff from our hands, so drawing a lot of cards, we're not gonna really be doing too much with that. Another good card, I think, is that Serpent I mentioned the other day. Where is he? I think he might be 6 mana. Okay, here's the other. I guess the other primal dinosaurs are interesting. Primal Tide kind of synergizes with our deck. We have a lot of discard fodder in our hand. We can discard 3 cards, get him back next turn, so we don't even need to play a reanimation spell. So and we also draw cards whenever our opponent does something, and he kind of works well with Jinx since we will have no maximum hand size. So that's another card I thought about. That haven't tried that out. Maybe I will, in case we need another payoff. I might bump it up to 7 payoffs, just so we can see it a little bit early in the game. But any more than that, I think we'll clog our hands. So I'll think about that here. And I think there was one more card that we might want to try. I think you mentioned just a minute ago, Drakusaf. He not in here? Where are you, Drakusaf? Where's the red cards? Oh, that's why I'm not seeing him. I have the red filter off. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Drakusaf is pretty good. Can clock our opponents. Maintain board control. I guess the only issue is that he doesn't have haste. If he had haste, he'd be really, really good. Like, I would definitely play him if he had haste. No real way to enable him other than having priest and then triggering priest at the end of our opponent's turn to do that. I don't think any other dragons or any other red cards are worth playing. But yeah, I guess some of the other dragons, like the newer dragons, I don't know. I haven't read those, and so I don't know if those are any good outside of the green one in here is okay. It'll make us a bunch of tokens. The other dragons are a little weak on their end, so I don't think they're worth really playing. Like the green black one, you untap all your lands for 10 life, and I think that's not that great in historic, because we only have a life pool of 20, so untapping our lands, we're not gonna really be doing too much with that. What's the other one? The white black one doesn't really do anything for us. And I think the Is It one's not that great either, so those dragons are probably not going to be worth playing. I think the only dragon that was worth playing is going to be Draco Sapphire. Yeah, so mainly, I guess a third card we could also be looking at to play would be, I think it was um, Massacre Worm. Massacre Worm is interesting. He does provide us with a board wipe ability for 6 mana. He's pretty easily played, but I guess we have we have Elish Norn already, so I think she overlaps with Massacre Worm. So she's not that great to play both of them. I mean, I could be wrong, could totally be wrong there, but I think Elish Norn's static ability is a little bit better because it forces our opponent to never be able to play any creatures with toughness of 2 or less there. So I think Elish Norn's a little bit better. Dream Trawler is great. I think I need to play a little bit better with Dream Trawler. I should revive Dream Trawler at the end of my opponent's turn with the Priest. So I think I need to practice that a little bit more. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and try this out. Seraph's Embassy, you almost never get 2 of her out, and when you get 1 of her out, it's a very hard choice to kind of decide which one to pick. I always end up picking sorcery or instants to try to make her hard to remove, but they end up removing her anyways with like a board wipe, and so that's what, from my experience, it seems like she just wasn't providing the value that I wanted. If we had like Averson or something like that, that would be perfect in this deck. Averson would definitely go really well. But yeah, so those are my changes, my thoughts since playing the deck a little bit more. Let's go ahead and jump into a couple games. We'll see how it does. Yeah, Eureka and it's ended up being 4 colors, but not really. I'm hoping Coma does well. In theory and everything, it seems like he should be a pretty powerhouse on his own, creating us a bunch of minions, tokens and stuff like that. Okay, pretty good hand. Let's go ahead and keep. I guess it's mediocre that I don't have a black source immediately. So I think I'll do this and play the Priest, and then Fateful Mending during my opponent's end phase, assuming he doesn't do anything to remove the Priest. Most of the time people aren't going to really do anything with this, since I don't really have a graveyard set up. Hopefully I can counter that, that's fine. The worst. Living Weapon, interesting. Hardcast that, okay. Stop season. This will take out the other counter. We'll probably have a pretty good if we can draw a land, I think we'll be in a good shape. So we're gonna dump Unburial and Shieldred, and then hopefully get something to play off of that. Draw a land here would be perfect. We did not draw a land, that's fine. Still play the Priest here, and even consider just to see if we can draw a land. Let's consider first here. We don't want to draw that. Let's draw this. Let's do that. If they don't have removal, they're going to be dealing with a Shieldred next turn. No attack. It's fine. No block. Be a little dangerous on life though. We could do Seraph's Embassy, and I don't know how greedy we want to be. We have a blocker. We'll force him to sacrifice something. Let's be a little greedy, I think. I would like to play the Thoughtseize, but I think we're gonna Fateless Mending next turn. He's gonna try to dive in for 2. Fateless Ending will, or Fateless Mending here is gonna heal us for 2. We should be okay. Assuming he doesn't remove the Shieldred. I don't know what that's gonna do. I guess he's gonna go for an additional power here. It's fine. It'll be a Dream Trawler. The land is great. We're unlikely to cast this. I guess we could do Sarah's Embassy here. Just call a creature. We can play the priest, do a bone shard to kill something here. Play the priest as just a form of. I think we have to do this. We're just gonna discard a card. I don't think I need a Watery Graves. Kill the Thought Monitor. Yeah, well, there you go. So, yeah, the mending there, the mending play I thought was a great play on my end there. I think he made a mistake, but I'm not too sure. So next turn, Shoji is gonna sack the living germ. I mean, I wasn't too sure if Sarah's Embassy was better than the Dream Trawler. Dream Trawler would have healed us, but we're weak to if it gets removed or something. I'm not too sure. I wasn't too sure if Sarah or Dream Trawler was gonna be better that play. It kind of sucked that he countered the priest almost immediately, even though he didn't see anything on a grave. I guess it makes sense. But yeah. Oh well. We're playing a low land count just because we have a lot of cantrips, so we can cycle through our deck pretty well for the most part. Yeah, let's go and keep this. This is pretty decent. Now we have an live Archmage. We can Faithful Mending the Zeros next turn. I'm gonna be really greedy here. And we are going to go ahead and play this. gonna play the Archmage Charm and just pass. I'm gonna try to revive the Sarah's Emercy at the end of their turn. I might want to full control or stop before their turn ends. I'm gonna just do this. Target for priest. I'm waiting for him to do that. Unless I don't have this. I think it was played last turn, right? So she should be live too. Uh-oh. He had that. Interesting, interesting. 3 cards, wow. That's a bummer. I guess that sucks. Can't believe he had that. It's the first time I played against that card, I guess. I'm gonna try to draw with Archmage Charm here. Oh, okay. So I think I misplayed there. I never realized that the priest can only be played as a sorcery. So that would explain a lot. Okay, I should have read the cards a little bit better on my end. So I should have Sarah's during that turn. That was totally my fault there. I think I can let that go. Let's do this first. See what we draw. Then we may want to counter that. Do we want to counter it? I guess we can just leave it and leave the Archmage Charms up. Let's just keep dumping stuff in the graveyard we don't think we need. So we're gonna be drawing a bunch of cards. Let's go ahead and have this come in tapped. I'm gonna leave the Archmage Charms up to counter. I'm gonna dump this. Probably. I want to keep the burial in our hand in case. I guess we don't need to, but I guess in case maybe. So we don't need a third land. There you go. Just go do that. So they either combo off, do something, or get rid of our board maybe. I think they lose here. So, yep. Go ahead and attack first. And see what we can do here. We are going to get rid of our own board. Let's see. Let's go ahead and sacrifice this. And I'll bring back a dream trawler. I think a dream trawler is going to be our best threat here. What is this? You read the card. Resolve. I don't think they can safely bowl this anymore because they took so much damage. Search for a card. Do we have any Archmage Charms? I would love an Archmage Charm. And play this. What do we need here? Let's play the priest. We'll leave our mana up for the Archmage Charm. Let's grab Jin's Tax that won't combo too well. Let's just got the Show Dread in case for redundancy. There was a bunch more. Yeah, let's just pass our turn. I assume it's a Bow Citadel. To counter that. Yep, and that's game. Even if they were to play their Bow Citadel, I think... I don't know if they'd be able to cast enough spells, maybe? I don't know what spells they... If they come across a land and they're done, if you know what I mean, like they just can't go off from that. Oh, okay, so it's a tendril deck. So I presume they're gonna keep casting a bunch of stuff. Either try to get enough so that Aetherflux can snipe us, or storm off with the Tendrils of Agony. But they're a little too low. Like even if they played it, I mean, I guess Aetherflux could heal him up a bunch. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if they'd be able to beat us even with the Aetherflux Citadel combo. It's not like they had top. Like if they run into a land, they would just stop immediately there. Unless they didn't land for that turn. But I guess they didn't land for that turn, so they can continue to keep playing for a little bit. So I don't know, but I figured when they played the scheming, I knew for sure that they were searching for that Citadel there, to do that. Yeah, so the Archmage Charm, I thought they did great. They countered what I needed to counter, drew stuff. No complaints there. Because that's one way our opponent beats us, is either by nuking our board or doing some sort of combo like that, and we want to kind of have a little bit of interaction, and so that the charms there were perfect for that. Yep. I was hoping to hit the Coma, because Coma would definitely kind of put a quicker clock on them there. That's fine. Ooh, sexy soaring. Pretty decent hand. Let's keep drawing a lot of shock lands, but we don't mind shocking ourselves. Stuff like that, just so that we can do this. Yep, that's a big no for me. Might have a little bit of difficulties with this type of hand though. Ooh. Okay, so we are gonna leave a Archmage's Charm up in case they try to do something funky. We're only really worried about the rest in peace right now. It's fine, let them resolve that. Not much we can do about that. Okay. Oh shoot! Oh, that's during their turn. That's fine. Let's go ahead and do this. Action. Next turn we can probably stitch, faithless mending some more. It's a combo deck. We definitely need to have some sort of answer eventually here. Okay, we did draw Coma. I am going to shock myself in case we need a counter with the Archmage Charms. They do have the Paladin class up. So next turn we'll get the Coma back with the... It's fine. Like, none of this is a threat yet, I guess, so that's why I'm letting him do that. Plays a combo piece, I'm just gonna obviously stop that from there. Ooh, yeah. Okay, maybe I should have stopped it, but that's fine. But we really need the lands. Yeah, let's just apply the pressure. I assume he's gonna cast the cat. It's fine. Do you have the cat? I know he's trying to draw into it. This, I think, only stops active abilities. still not really sure how to use Coma. You know, let's try him. I'm not too sure how to use Coma, I'll be honest there. Gotta play around with that just to see how that works. Yeah, he was definitely just going for the Cat of Nine Lives, just be a prison deck. A deck like this we have issues with, because like if they get the 9 lives out and you know, all of this, then we can't do anything. Like we don't have any sort of form of interaction of removal of this. I did have the charm up. I was just sitting on it, and was just kind of hoping that he didn't draw what he needed. I mean, despite all the cards he's drew, didn't seem like he got a board wipe or anything worthwhile to kind of answer my board. I mean, so far so good in the best of one. I'm really surprised there are some decks with Graveyard Hate. Definitely. That's not something I really expected to see, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's a decent hand. Let's go ahead and keep it. Go ahead and shock myself. Life in this deck doesn't matter as much because I do have a few ways to heal life, and so we're gonna be as greedy as we want here. I don't think I want to draw another Consider. I already have another one in hand. Just go ahead and dump that. Wow. What are the chances of that? Take a look at his hand. At least we did draw another land. Absorb. I know for sure we probably want to get rid of another set here. Yeah, let's go ahead and dump that in the grave. Draw. Draw again. Go ahead and have this out. He's probably an Archmage to draw 2. We'll probably do the same thing, but we're gonna keep Archmages up for now. See what if we need to counter anything. We are playing behind him. It's a little unfortunate. His Absorb. He has a lot of hate here. He played a land already, so I'm just gonna let this resolve. His only other option is to get like an Opt or a Consider, or another Expressive to play. I think that was a mistake for him playing that land. I kind of cucked him in a way. Okay. We need him to do something. Honestly. He might go to Fairy. If he goes to Fairy, I'm just gonna counter it. Granted, I can answer with Bone Shard, but I don't want him to outvalue me. Yeah, let's go ahead and counter that. Grave, draw a card. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any of these. This card here. Let's threaten another Archmage Charm. If he plays another fairy, we can Bone Shard, Coma. We're gonna try to bait him into that. Let's do this. Since we can only activate as instance or sorcery speed, we're just gonna go ahead and swing in. Gotta be careful with Shark though. Fine. Yep, that is our deck. So at least he had instant speed removal. I think Coma will stick here. He has priority, so unfortunately you can't do anything about that. Can I do anything here? It's already activated, so what I can do is I can sack the Coma with the Phyrexian Tower. I mean, that's what the tower was good for. So like, he tried to remove it, and I'm just like, what can I do? And it's like, oh yeah, I have the tower. Just sack it, attack the Teferi, get rid of that, and then just cast another revival spell, bring back Coma again. So yeah, and somehow we beat. Is it control? I'm just honestly really surprised that that happened. We didn't draw any like mendings, but we did draw a bunch of Archmage charms and some hands disruption stuff. One payoff, and I guess that was good enough. I like Coma. I think Coma is a good addition to this deck so far. Ooh, cool card. It just sucked that we can't cast him, being that we don't play any green. But I mean, there's gonna be very rare opportunities to cast a 7 mana card, anyways. So it's not a big deal. I mean, I definitely have like Phyrexian Tower though. It's a lot better than I thought it's gonna be. But I still don't want to play two, because it is legendary. And there's times where we draw two of them, and you're just gonna hate yourself. But if you play two, you get to see it a little bit more often. There's a valid point to everything here. I'm just gonna go greed. Let's just get rid of that. That's fine. It's gonna be a pretty slow game. We can't even really Archmage safely because he has the Spell Pierce. do have consider. Let's just pass turn. Let's go ahead and cast consider. Why don't we look for a land here? It's good land, but do I risk it? It comes in tapped. Unfortunate. I'll take it anyways. Okay, that's not a bad draw, honestly. Do hauls into which makes charm. Let's see what he's got. Next turn we'll have the charm up. Don't have any white sources, but that's fine. I don't mind paying for it because he doesn't know I have nothing else to play. We get that out of the way. Eat 2 cards out of his hand. That was very questionable. -2? He must have something that he really wants to play, I guess. That was worth the Thoughtseize eating 2 cards out of his hand. I assume he's Simic Control. That's been popping up lately too. I want to play another Thoughtseize, but I also want to keep up the Archmage Charm. Unfortunately, yeah, the issue with the tower is that it doesn't give me a color that I need. So you can kind of see the pros and cons of playing tower. So I'm gonna try the Archmage Charm to draw 2. He's probably gonna counter. If he doesn't, then we're gonna Thoughtseize him. Go from there. If he plays like a big like Teferi, or I guess not Teferi, but probably a Nisa maybe, but he's not doing that either. Not quite sure he's playing. We're not seeing any white lands. That's not a big problem either right now. The only thing that we can't cast is Wrath, which is fine. That's why I kind of kept the hand anyways. It will work. Yeah, I'm not too sure what he's thinking about. If he's gonna play anything here. I need to save up some more gold so I can pimp out this tower. Maybe he left. There's no interaction, it seems like. We're low-key flooding out. He's flooding out too. Oh. Guess he couldn't do that. Maybe we'll just do Hall of the Giants beat down at this point. Or I can maybe hardcast a Jin Taxis over here. E-Taxis. I can never pronounce his name. Jin E-Taxis. G-Taxis. don't think he has enough mana to scry. Oh no, he does have enough mana to scry with the castle. Basically a very expensive cryptic command. Yeah, it has 5 abilities. Wow. I guess for 6 mana it needs to be good there. I don't have enough to make giant yet, so I'm just gonna scry here and see what we can do. I'm hoping for a mending. Don't need that, so let's dump that in the grave. Now he knows our strategy a little bit. He needs to play a creature or something, and we'll be off running. There's a high potential for me next turn just to beat him down with all the giants here. These are pretty cool looking, these pathways. Two cards, flooding out. He hasn't scry either with Vantress, which is surprising. We're gonna go for the beatdown. That's fine. We'll just Wrath of God it if we want to. I would have think he'd just do that at the end of my turn, but yeah. You know, I don't even want to Wrath of God this thing. I kind of want to Jintaxis him. Let's try it. And we have the tower up. I mean, I could Umbario Jintaxis. I gotta deal with those wolves eventually, so I think I'm just gonna do this. No, I'm at risk of dying if he has another counter spell. Scry. Don't have enough mana to cast the Zera here. I might do the Unburial Rites from hand, because if I'm gonna do Jintaxis, might as well. I'm gonna be drawing a bunch of cards anyways at the end of my turn. We're a little low on life, but I think that's fine. Do color, we're gonna save the tower. Maybe? Nah, I don't think we're gonna need to save the tower. I think we might actually have to save the tower here. Black. Let's leave these two here. 1, 2, 3. This is definitely going for a bit of a greedy play here. Fine. Just get rid of the land. If he doesn't do anything, he's just gonna lose his card. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I throw Mystic, sure. Yeah, if we can wipe this, I think we'll win here. Yeah, both are good. We can do... let's discard a card. Let's kill the wolf. Alright, Sarah's and receive. Head into battle. Don't know if he played anything else that would be too threatening here. Careful here a little bit. Just double this. Unfortunately, we aren't drawing what we want. I can keep Jin up for another turn before I need to get rid of him. On one of these stitches. Perfect, there you go, that's what we want to see. We might shield it here. Leave the rest of our mana open for a counter spell. We need to discard 3 cards, probably this. Coma. A land, I guess. We might not even need to discard a Dream Trawler, honestly. We'll probably just discard another land and just hard cast a Dream Trawler. Maybe? Yeah, I guess Dream Trawler as a backup plan in case something happens. But yeah, I don't see a way for him to win this at this point now. He's got one card. I have a counter spell. Yeah, I think it's smooth sailing from here. He's got 8 health. I'm not gonna cast anything. I'm just gonna hold up the Archmage and call it a day. If he doesn't cast his card, he loses it to Archmage. Sure. Let's counter it. I'm letting him get any value. Oh, that is one beautiful board. All that. And we won another match, or another game at least. Perfect. Yeah, so I'm really liking the deck. Like it's fun to play. It's a bit frustrating because you have some really weird hands. I mean that's a combo deck in general. When you run into Graveyard Hate, we have no way of really interacting with Graveyard Hate. This game went on for a while because we were kind of just stuck on a really bad hand until he did something. He played a wolf. It allowed us to get the Jin taxes in the graveyard, and we were able to get rolling there. You run into Graveyard Hate, it absolutely blows. We'll have to kind of hard cast certain things, but give or take, that's just the nature of the game there. Yeah, I'm surprised we beat I guess a Simic control deck. Usually, have a very tough time with this because once they get like the wolf on the board, the throw mystics, stuff like that, we have a very hard time of coming back. What he had that I didn't see coming in was, I think it was Essence Scatter. So he had a counter spell, but wasn't the right counter spell. So he wasn't able to counter our Unburial Rites, and so we kind of force him to play really awkwardly with his hand, because Simic decks, control decks, they obviously like to keep stuff in their hand in order to interact. But being Simic, they don't really have any good removal. They don't have board wipes. They don't have really great single target removal, and so if you get something to stick on the board, they just can't remove it. It seems like his only way to remove anything was with the Sublime Epiphany. And yeah, the one time he could have cast it, but he was on 5 mana, we were able to kind of thought seize those away, get rid of that, and continue to get value off of the Jin there, and keep filling up our graveyard with a bunch of stuff. Our life total didn't really matter. Like, it was a little scary when he got the wolf to stick. I was a little afraid if he had another counter spell, we might have just died to the wolf. But yeah, I guess I kind of baited out the his counter spell with the whatchamacallit, the bone shards. I always forget the card names, but yeah, bone shard into the wolf allowed us to dump the Jin in there and get the ball rolling. It was better than dumping I had Sarah in hand, but I didn't really need to dump her, because see, that's the thing. Sarah can be really good and she can kind of be awful at the same time. So I think just one of her is great. If we find ourselves in a place where we need her to do her thing, I think she's kind of like a win more card. She's definitely there to, if we have an established board, to kind of keep our board safe, but we still lose to stuff like Wrath of God. Yeah, we can protect ourselves from instant speed removal, stuff like that, but we still lose to Wrath of Gods and stuff like that. And that's why I like the Coma. Coma is very hard to remove unless they have something that doesn't destroy, or it's something that exiles. Then it sucks. But before Coma leaves the board, he'll create us a bunch of tokens, which is great. So that's another good thing. I might want to try out uh, the blue primal, um, the blue primal dinosaur in my deck, because you know, if I can dump him, if I don't have a reanimator spell, I can just reanimate him using discarding cards from my hand, which kind of synergizes with the deck. Honestly, we kind of need more discard fodder. It looks like, but obviously we're minusing 3, so it kind of hurts too. So that might be another card I might look into adding. I just don't know what to cut to add that in. So I'll think about it. Priest, I was playing incorrectly a few times there. I thought you can use Priest as an instant speed revival, but I kind of totally missed that line where you're going to use it as a sorcery speed. So that was totally my fault there. A couple of games I could have probably won earlier if I just knew that. I was holding up mana, holding up the combo, the Fateless Looting or Fateless Mending combo with the Priest, but you know, whatever, that was my fault there. Alright, we'll probably try for maybe one more game, and kind of display the power of this deck. And it's working really well so far. I definitely enjoy playing it. It's not my style of playing. I'm more of a control player for sure. Control to mid-range. But yeah, this is definitely a break from what I usually play, so kind of fun there. Yeah, I say this is a pretty good hand here. The charm might be kind of dead, but we can go ham if we hit the right things. Oh, okay, not bad. Just now we need a payoff. Shock herself. Can't see anyone countering this, but I mean, sure. Kinda sucks, but it's fine. Oh man. Huh. I guess I might be afraid of a rest in peace. Don't quite have what I need to answer a rest in peace right now. I mean, I could let him draw 2. Dang. He draws 2, he's tapped out. I haven't played against this deck, so I'm not too sure what they're packing, so I think the tutor is going to be the way to go here. Now I just need to draw my lands and a payoff of some kind. Draw another blue source will be good. Or a mending or something. I think this is gonna be a pretty tough matchup. I have my grave awkwardly. A couple of cards in my hand are pretty awkward right now, so I'll say that much. Okay, Digger's Cage. I think that's pretty much game here. I don't think there's any way for us to really out this. I didn't have the charm up quite fast enough. It's kind of unlucky drew that. Still a way to win by it prevents all non-combat damage to you. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not too sure how I can win here besides just beating him down. Yeah, unfortunately we drew a bit of the awkward hand. I guess in best of one, you can kind of expect that the main deck's some graveyard hate. Ah, it's not one of those prison decks. Ugh. What can we do? Maybe I gotta look for a way to... I mean, that's what the cyborg is for, so I'm not too bummed out, I guess. Try to hard cast the Archon. Hard cast a Dream Trawler. Let's clear his board then. Okay, that was a lot of dead cards. That's fine. Ah, okay, it's approach of a second sun deck. Wow, he had that. The one card to answer the Trawler. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to clock him fast enough to win the game. I have 6 mana. Yeah, I can do about that. Smothering Tides. Okay. If I can draw into Shieldred and stuff like that, I can still hardcast them. But I think he's trying to look for a second approach. And unfortunately our board is really weak. All the Giants. I just jump block it with the Stitch. He might be able to clock me faster with the Hull. That or I draw a Hull myself and go do that. I need a way. I need lands. It's unfortunate I'm not drawing my lands. It kind of sucks because he's taxing my draw cards too. That's fine. He already has a bunch of mana at this point. It doesn't matter. I don't think I can cast Mending or anything here either. Oh, I think I misplayed on that one. Shoot. I don't think Unearth is gonna do anything. If I can draw the land, I would have played Celebrite. Fine there. I don't think he has enough mana for the... Oh, he does with the Alkan Ori. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're not drawing the land. It's quite unfortunate, honestly. Well, I guess he's got the game. I don't think I can outgrind him or clock him fast enough to run away with the game anymore. He would have probably drawn the second sun, cast that, and just win from there. Or just beat me down with the Hall of the Giants. I had no way of outing that at instant speed anyways. Ooh, this is a bit of a rough hand. I could still keep it if I want to be greedy. Sure, I just need another land to be able to make it a really good hand. Ooh. I'll probably hit my Archmage, I think would be my best, or the Thoughtseize, I guess. Well, I guess if he hits the Mending... Mono black deck, sure. We can't do anything with this. Let's dump the Stitches in the graveyard. We need a land that we can cast. Not too good, not too good. Just need a blue source or a white. Anything. A black even. Sure. I don't think I care to Thoughtseize him. He's playing all of that. Okay, that's fine. Let's just get rid of this. Either he'll have removal or not. Ah, he does. Okay, it's fine. It's a little worse for him. He minus to not get anything. I don't want him to draw 2 cards though. He's gonna draw anyway, so I think I can just do this. need the land. I might want to keep the trawler. Maybe. We'll see. So far, he's gotten rid of 2 of my payoffs. I have 2 more in the grave. He's gonna be outvaluing us right now. Oh, that sucks. Rise from the Dark Realms? He wouldn't play that if he's playing Gold Blank. Eight times. Can't cast that, I'm a little too low on life. Ah, shoot. Just have to counter that. We ran into the one deck that I guess would be pretty good against. Like, he's discarding cards. Unfortunately, he also had the gold blanks that just kept wiping our graveyard, so it's setting me back a lot. Yeah, he's got this one. Yeah, with the Hellfires. Okay. Well, both those games were a bit unlucky there, I guess. The gold blanks hurt the most because he kept and we were kind of land stuck for a while without getting our blue source. Maybe I should have thought seized him, one of them, or cast a thought seize a little bit earlier. I ended up not casting a thought seize at all. So each time he was 2 for 1ing me and had removal, so that was unfortunate. I couldn't get the priest off. Yeah, the gold blank definitely. So both those games I lost, mainly because they got rid of my graveyard. So I couldn't cast up or I couldn't get rid of the graveyard. But I mean that's the best of 1 series. If they have something that ruins my strategy, there's nothing I can do. In that matchup, I would probably just side in the Test of Talents, you know? That's what the Test of Talents would have been for. And that would probably be it, really. Test of Talents, maybe some additional counter spells or something. Probably would just side in the Mystical, even though they weren't that great. Wouldn't be too great against him. Or I can do something like would have done an Ashiot or something just to have something to play. Yeah, I think overall the deck did what it's designed to do. You know, get giant playoffs, put stuff on the battlefield, do cool things. If they aggro you or if they get rid of your graveyard, then yeah, you're just kind of in a world of pain, and you do draw some pretty awkward hands here and there. But yeah, I think this deck is definitely not like a top tier deck. It's definitely just more of a crazy fun deck, and there's probably other tweaks and things I can do to it to make it probably better. And yeah, I'll probably continue playing it a little bit more, keep testing it out, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoy. See you guys next time.